So hello everyone, welcome back to the Java MVC CRUD tutorial. In part 1 we learned how to create insert functionality. We built the registration form, saved the data into database, and after successful registration we navigate to the welcome page. From there we clicked on fetch all student data link to display all the records. Okay. After that, in part 2, we will complete the remaining CRUD operation. We will start with the delete functionality. Okay. So we completed at this to display all the records by clicking on this link. After that, we will continue with the option edit and delete functionality. Okay. So let's start with the delete functionality. Okay. Now open our project where in display.jsp we add here to link to update and delete. Okay, so inside this tag we will add one link. So for link anchor tag we will use link, we put edit servlet. Okay, and same for the delete. Okay, now here we change edit servlet to delete servlet. While we go to edit servlet or delete servlet, we have to pass one id. Okay, so which id we have to delete, that id we have to pass. Okay, so we pass like that, put question mark and id is equals to with expression tag, so s dot get id. Same for the delete also, we pass here to here. Okay, using this we can pass the id to the edit servlet page. Okay, now the name of the link is edit and here is delete. Done. Now so here is our edit and delete option. We have to pass here heading. So for heading we use the table heading tag. Update and here is delete. Done. Let's create the delete servlet also to handle the delete request. Okay, so come to the controller and new and then servlet. Name it as delete servlet. Okay, next and then finish. So at do get section, we the id that we get from the delete link, we store it into id request dot get parameter, then ID. So ID आया but ID string format में है. So we have to convert it into integer. Okay. So integer dot parse int. Okay. Now here we have to okay. Now we don't have to write all the deletion code here. We have to create one DAO to interact with the database. Okay. So let's create delete student DAO. Okay. So delete student DAO dot delete. We create one method delete. Okay. And we pass it one ID that we get from the delete link. Okay. Now just create one DAO. Come to the DAO section, right click and create one class file. Now name it as delete student DAO. Okay. And then finish. Create one method that is delete. Okay. So public static void. This section does not return anything. That's why its return type is void. And we pass one ID. Okay. That is integer. Okay. Now connection my connection dot get connection. Okay. Import it. Now statement is equals to connection dot create statement. Done. Now using this statement dot execute update the query. Write the query here. Delete table name is student where id is equals to id. Done. And these red line comes because we have to put these all inside try catch block. Okay. Print stack trace. Done. So after this come to the delete sublet and here we have to give one redirection. So response dot send redirect and the location is register sublet. Okay. Now come to the register sublet page. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा जब जैसे ही हम डिलीशन लिंक से हमको आईडी मिलेगी एंड वो आईडी को हम इस वेरिएबल में स्टोर करवाएंगे देन डिलीट स्टूडेंट डाउ में उस आईडी को पास करके डेटाबेस से रिकॉर्ड को डिलीट करेंगे एंड देन आफ्टर उसके बाद ये वाली लाइन एग्जीक्यूट होगी जिसमें रजिस्टर सर्वलेट में जाएगा ये एंड देन रजिस्टर सर्वलेट पे जाने के बाद हम यहाँ पे डिलीट होने के बाद जितने भी रिकॉर्ड सब बचे हुए हैं वो सबको यहाँ पे गेट करेंगे. ओके. सो रिक्वेस्ट डॉट set attribute, then list, fetch all student DAO, fetch all student DAO. ओके. डॉट उसकी गेट मेथड को कॉल करेंगे गेट ऑल. ओके. फैच स्टूडेंट डाउ को हम यहाँ पे करवा लेंगे इंपोर्ट fetch all students. Okay, sorry, not DAO. Done. And get all method here. Okay, so अगर कोई confusion रहे तो इस fetch all student पे आओ and then देख लो method. Okay, so here method name is get all. Okay, that's it. Now जितने भी अब डिलीशन के बाद रिकॉर्ड्स बचे हुए हैं वो व्यू करवाने के लिए हम अब जाएंगे डिस्प्ले पेज पे. ओके, सो रिक्वेस्ट डॉट गेट रिक्वेस्ट डिस्पैचर and then page name is display.jsp.forward. Okay, now the work is done. Let's run the register page. Okay, okay, now name is Vidisha, age, and then gender, and then date of join, and then submit. Click here to see all the records. Okay, now delete anyone. Okay, so deletion is performed and see here the link is register Servlet. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या हुआ था, wait, जैसे ही हमने डिलीट स्टूडेंट डाउ से स्टूडेंट को डिलीट हुआ देन लिंक आया डिलीट सर्वलेट पे. डिलीट सर्वलेट पे हमने क्या किया, रजिस्टर सर्वलेट पे सेंड किया. रजिस्टर सर्वलेट पे सेंड करने का एक ही मकसद था कि यहाँ पे आने के बाद जो रिफ्रेश हो रहा है, रिफ्रेश होके जो जितने भी रिकॉर्ड्स बचे हुए हैं उसको डिस्प्ले करवाना है. ओके, सो यहाँ पे आए देन यहाँ पे आके हमने फैच ऑल स्टूडेंट से फिर से डेटा फैच किया एंड देन डिस्प्ले कर दिया. ओके, नाउ लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड टू द update edit servlet. Okay, so let's create edit servlet here in controller. Servlet. Okay, and now name it as edit servlet. Next, next, and then finish. Okay, so first of all we have to get the id similarly like the delete one. Okay, so in variable id request.getParameter. Now the name is id. Okay, and we all know that get parameter always catches into string, so we have to convert it into integer. So integer dot parse int, copy this, paste it into the bracket, and here done. Now we have to set attribute for edit student DAO. Okay, so request dot set attribute, that is data, and the edit student DAO. Okay, its method is edit row that we create. Here we pass id. Now let's create edit student DAO. Create class edit student DAO. Okay, and we create it into DAO. Here created our, so our method name is edit row. Okay, so let's create method public static. Its return type is student. Okay, edit row, and it holds one id. Done. Now import student model. First of all, student is null. and inside try and catch block. We will write our connection code first. Connection is equals to my connection dot get connection. Okay, now import this also. Now statement connection dot create statement. Okay, import this statement. Statement dot execute query, and our query is select star from student where id is equals to id. Then id को पास करके हम जिस id पे हमको अपडेशन परफॉर्म करना है उसकी रो को हम फैच करेंगे. ओके, एंड देन फैच करके हम सेंड करेंगे एडिट डॉट जेएसपी पे, जिस जेएसपी पे हम रिकॉर्ड्स को अपडेट करेंगे. ओके, एंड देन फाइनली वी विल कॉल व्यू. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम यहाँ पे आईडी से रिकॉर्ड ले लिए. अब रिकॉर्ड्स को वेरिएबल में होल्ड करेंगे. नाउ if rs dot next s is equals to new student now s dot set id सो बेसिकली जो भी रिजल्ट सेट में स्टोर हुआ है आईडी से, सो सभी को आईडी नेम एज जो भी है सभी को स्टोर करवाएंगे सेट आईडी में, सेटर्स में अपने, एंड देन पास करेंगे वन लेयर टू अनदर. ओके, सो आईडी इज डन. नाउ नेम s dot set name rs dot get string. एज जेंडर एंड डेट ऑफ ज्वाइन के लिए. ओके, now we stored everything in setters. Okay, so let's return this as. Okay, now everything is stored returned in s, and this student, s means student. Okay, student we will store into this edit servlet inside the data, and we pass this data. So request dot get request dispatcher, the location is edit.jsp, and forward the control. Okay, now create here JSP
JSP file, name it as edit. Done. So here very first we have to import our model student. Okay, import model dot student. Done. Now in body, in scriptlet tag, we store the student information. Okay, inside student only. Request.getAttribute. The attribute name is data. Okay, let's check here. Okay, now convert it into student. Now inside form tag, we create one form that has some default value, action, update servlet. Okay, method post. Now input type is hidden, name ID, and value is that we get from the student object. Okay, so inside expression tag we put as dot get id. Done. Now similarly for name, age, gender and date of join. Okay, so name, age, gender and date of join, and at last we have to submit. Okay, so input type is equals to submit. Okay, just copy this and paste. Now here type is date, name. Here we don't need type because the data will come from the previous form. So name, gender, age and value. Just change the value. Get name, get age, get gender, get doj. Done. So come to the part controller, right click, new, servlet, name it, update servlet, next, next, and then finish. So while clicking on the submit button, the form will redirect to update servlet. Okay, and inside update servlet, we just have to get all the data from the edit page and store it into student object. Okay, so at the do post section, because the method is post. Okay, so student s is equals to new student. Import this student model and s dot set id request dot get parameter. Name of the parameter is id. Okay, we have to put this id from the edit.jsp page. Okay, here is name. Okay, age, gender, doj. Okay, so from these it will takes values. So we have to convert it into integer. Similarly for all the fields, set id, set name, set age, and set gender, set doj. Done. Gender, age. Here we don't have to parse. Name, and here we have to change it into java dot sql dot date. Okay, value of request. Okay, update student down dot update. From this we set the value of the form and pass it into update student DAO. That update student DAO will get all the values and interact with the database and change the value. Okay, so let's create the class DAO. Okay, inside DAO package and finish. Okay, so first create the method public static. This will also return nothing. Void update will pass student object as parameter and first establish connection inside try catch block. Exception e dot print status. Done. Now inside try we establish connection first. Connections is equals to my connection dot get connection. This will establish connection to MySQL and statement con dot create statement string query q is equals to here we write update query. So update query is quite big, so I don't write it inside execute update method. Okay, so update student set, here name, age, gender, and date of join, where id is equals to s dot get id. Okay, so everything related to the query will come inside the double quotes. Okay, so first name is equals to plus s dot get name from this student s, this will get the name, that is, so from this student object s dot get name क्या करेगा, जाएगा ऑब्जेक्ट में जो स्टोर हुआ है, कहाँ पे, अपडेट सर्वलेट पे, यहाँ पे एस डॉट सेट नेम में जो भी फॉर्म से डेटा आया हुआ है, सो उस डेटा को अपडेट स्टूडेंट डाउ लेयर पे सेट करेगा एंड देन क्वेरी फायर करेगा, इंटरेक्ट करेगा डेटाबेस से, एंड स्टेटमेंट को इंपोर्ट कर लेते हैं प्लस एज, जेंडर, एंड देन डेट ऑफ ज्वाइन इज इक्वल्स टू, सभी में ऐसा करना है। get gender, get age. Let's execute this query. Execute. Yes. Now these all go to the student servlet, sorry, update servlet, and here updation will perform response dot send redirect to the, and register servlet, from register servlet it will display the original updated value at display page. Okay, so let's run this. Age is, gender, okay, form is submitted and the data is fetched, and let's click on edit and let's change the age and name also and date of join also. Okay, and then submit. So here is some error from java.sql.date value. Okay, so let's check this. Shit, here we have to pass date of join. Now let's run once more. So put the record Nishi 24, gender and date of join. Submit. Click to fetch. So here record is all showing. Delete this record, edit this record, remove the Pandey and edit the age and submit. See, the record is updated now. So that's it. So if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.